Welcome to the Entrepreneur Podcast, where we take a look inside the lives of the accomplished and successful businessmen and women. We'll get up close and personal with the founders of booming startups. So lean in and prepare to carry away something to skyrocket your own business. Please subscribe to our show and do leave us a review. It means a lot to us. Now, here's your host, Rajiv.
Hey listeners, welcome to the Entrepreneur Talk Show. I'm your host, Rajiv Unikrishnan, and this is the show where we talk about entrepreneurship and speak to great founders, entrepreneurs, and investors. Today we have with us Benjamin Yee, founder at Emerge App. Welcome, Benjamin.
Hi, thank you, Rajit, and thank you for listening to me and inviting me for this show.
Just a brief intro and good to have on the show. So Emerge App is a freemium-based web app that helps merchants selling products, either business to business or e-commerce, to better manage their sales, purchases, inventory accounts, and more. Of course, any merchant can sign up for the Emerge App and also get an account almost instantly. They can upload their products and start using the tools immediately. An intro of Benjamin. He spends time in Singapore and Ho Chi Minh City and is a Singapore Polytech alumni. He started his first venture selling sweets on a school bus at the age of 9. And of course, prior to Emerge App, he founded the Drooling Apparel Company, which he's still the non-executive director of. And he also is a director at advertising agency based in Singapore. Again, Benjamin, welcome to the show. Do let us know what's going on in your world today and do fill in the gaps, if any, in the intro.
Hi, thank you very much. So I'm actually calling in from China right now.
Oh, okay.
So China is getting a bit cold. Actually, it's going to hit like 7 degrees tonight.
Oh, wow.
7
Okay.
degrees. So yeah, it's a bit cold right now. So yeah, I heard just now you mentioned about selling sweets. I would like to start on that first. Do you
Sure.
mind?
Of course, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, I was raised in Singapore, and I always, because I kind of grew up in an entrepreneurial family, so my
Okay.
dad and my mom actually sells things, right? Run a business is another way of saying it, but at the end of the day, it's about selling.
Yep.
So when I was I think in Singapore, it's like primary 3 or primary 4, so
Okay.
about 8 or 9 years old. Yeah. So I bought like from bulk from this convenience store, and then I was like kind of selling on my bus on the way,
Okay.
and it was really profitable, right? Like I mean, those days, talk about Singapore dollars terms, like a couple of like maybe $3 to $4 a day's pocket allowance, right? So it was. You need to find a way to make more money. I mean, if you want to buy more stuff, right? At that when you're young, you play like card games. You play like Pokemon cards. So we'll need to find a way to some money if you want to buy those things.
Yeah, correct.
So my parents are those kinds. Yeah, my parents are those kinds. If you want to buy extra stuff beyond your pocket money, you should just go and find a way to make money.
All right.
So from young, I feel that parents play a very, very big role in a kid's way. I mean, the journey that the kid is going to take.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
On
Right.
a day-to-day basis, you're going to tell your kid, hey, you can do it, can do business, you should do this, you should do that, try this. Then you don't have that kind of risk. You don't have you have kind of more passion. You have more of the drive to actually do things.
Correct. Correct.
So parents plays a really big role in the
All right.
upbringing.
So before we get into the business, first, any passions outside of work?
I actually play a lot of sports.
Okay.
I play a lot of tennis, I play a lot of soccer, and unfortunately, I just broke my ankle
Oh, okay.
1 month ago doing those stuff. So take care of yourself, very
Okay.
importantly.
So moving on, of course, to the inevitable question is, what inspired the idea for Emerge App?
Okay, so like I mentioned, I sold sweets last time, and then when I was in Polytechnic, so it's about 17 years old, I started my first company selling T-shirts.
Okay.
So I import T-shirts from China to and actually put it in Malaysia and Singapore.
Okay.
So mind you guys, that was 17 years old, and I really didn't have much resources then. I needed some form of software that I can use for $30 per month, $50 per month. I'm not going to spend something like 10 grand to adopt a software solution.
Correct.
So I could only have carried, couldn't find any software. That was 10 years ago. So yeah, I was thinking if I were to develop this, then at least I have one client, right, which is myself. So
Correct.
of course, I am going to face this problem. I'm sure millions of entrepreneurs worldwide and millions more that are upcoming are going to face such problem as well.
Correct.
So yeah, so that's where I started.
All right.
Without much thought, actually.
Okay. And what's the vision for the company?
Okay, so our product is actually generic. So long that you're a merchant, running a small business,
Correct.
don't want to spend 10 grand adopting a solution, then and just go to my website, subscribe, you get it at 30 seconds and start product and start selling. Right?
Oh.
We make selling easy. So the vision is to have all merchants that are running small business, whether you're just starting up or you are running a business that with less than 10 employees, get a software and start selling.
All right.
Yeah.
So when you thought of this idea, was it only you to take this idea off the ground, or you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to hit pause. I think
pretty much.
One sec, Benjamin. I'm hitting pause. I think you're breaking a lot, so I'm getting a delay actually.
Okay.
Maybe it's the connection. So I'm suddenly getting voice loss. That's the reason. Okay, let me get back to this. Don't worry. I'm going to get back.
Okay, testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it all right now?
Yeah, I'm getting a delay, so that's okay. So coming back. So when you actually thought of this idea, was it only you to take this project off the ground, or you have any co-founders?
Yes, so that was my problem solved initially, but I'm not from a tech or technology-based business. I have to look for a co-founder in tech to actually bring this off the ground.
All right. And when you thought of this idea, how did you test it out? Did you have any MVP, or did you test it out with one customer, or just take it straight to live?
Okay, so went through a very interesting journey. We did not raise a single cent 6 years ago. If we were to raise, we may not have enough experience in an industry to build a well-rounded software.
Correct.
So instead, we actually went to do customized project. Went to small business, asked them whether they want to build a product, and that's where it got us up and running. So for the first 4 years, we actually did continue to do customized softwares, and we reckon in close to $1 million Sing dollars in customization revenue.
Excellent.
Which we then set aside. Yeah, we then set aside our profits every month to invest into the SaaS product which we see today.
All right, got it. So I mean, I've seen the product a bit. You have different modules for order management, product management, inventory management, fulfillment, and of course accounting. So how does this all work? I mean, just a brief if you can give our listeners.
Okay, so basically, if you are selling on one or two platforms, for example, you have more than one salesperson in yourself.
Okay.
Can use the sales module, issue individual salesmen with their account, right? And they can basically use it to generate their quotation, check their product listing, prices, so on and so forth. And recently, we just launched our B2B e-commerce platform called the Emerge Cart. So what Emerge Cart does helps your individual salesperson to actually open up an individual account to your customer, right? So this customer would then be able to see your customized price list, what products you are selling, what is the price list, which product can they see, what product can they not see. And literally, these clients have their own login that they can then their orders and track their orders, and literally helping these my users, which are the salespeople, to better do their sales, right? Better rack in more sales. Yeah.
All right.
So this is from the sales module aspect. So when the sales comes in, then you have other parts of the business starts taking in, right? Your purchasers would then need to check inventory levels, whether the stocks should be purchased from which supplier, Yeah, and it goes on and on and on. I shouldn't go too much into the details, so please continue.
All right. So I guess it's complete fulfillment. I mean, everything from the start till the end is all the modules available, correct? All
Exactly.
right, got it. And in terms of customers, how many customers approximately? If it's
Okay, so we beta launched software just 2.5 months ago,
oh,
and
two and a half.
got
Okay,
close to we got close to 600 signups, right?
excellent.
600 businesses that sign up. That was because past 6 months we were doing a lot of content marketing,
Okay,
and from there we actually got a lot of organic and I should say free users coming to sign up on our platform.
okay. So in terms of the initial first few users, was it free?
Yes, so we came out with a freemium model, so they can just. Our intention is to get them least risk possible,
Okay,
get the software and start. Right.
got it. So the additional to like additional features, and then they have to pay, correct?
Don't go with the thing. We are going more towards like if your business expands,
Okay,
to hire
user.
more.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
you have more users. I mean, if you're going to hire somebody for $2,000 a month, what is it spending $30 more for one user to make him 2 times more productive? Right?
Correct, correct. Of course, of
So
course.
that is something that we want to offer.
I mean, so in terms of
Yep.
competition, there will be a lot of players in terms of the SaaS, at least the sales cloud, marketing cloud aspect of it. So, I mean, how are you tackling all this? Is it like this the customer service you're offering, or what's the premium or the advantage that you have?
Okay, so of course, in the online multi-channel inventory management space, even for offline like SAP, Oracle, we are not in. So for us, we are very much focused on customers who are already tech savvy. Right,
Got it.
businesses that have owners or have employees that are tech savvy that are willing to go for a lower cost solution, but in return they do not need that much support.
Okay, got it. All right.
Right, as compared to our incumbents, which are more support-based type of softwares, whether it's on the SaaS platform or on the deployment platform. The fees goes way beyond $1,000. So
I
ours
got
is
it.
really focused on people who are very tech savvy.
Got it. Got it. All right. Okay, moving on to, of course, the funding part. So I know there's TNF Ventures and a few other angels. So that was raised when before you. I mean, this prior to the 2.5 months.
Okay, so you remember the first 4 years that we were doing customization
Correct.
project?
Correct.
So after the 4 years, that's where we started putting resources in the SaaS product. So that was, say today's term, that was 1.5 years ago, where we started pivoting into the SaaS product. So, and that's where we raised our first round of funding.
Okay, got it. And in terms of the market, where are your customers? Are they spread out all over Southeast Asia? Are you looking at most of your customers coming out of Singapore?
Okay, so for us, definitely lowest hanging first.
Correct.
So our most biggest user base is in US right now,
Okay.
right? And India coming in second.
All right. Okay,
Right.
that's
So
great.
Southeast Asia is actually third. Yeah.
Oh, great. And in terms of challenges faced by you, I mean, how has the ecosystem been? I mean, at least I know Singapore is great. So how has the ecosystem been for you so far?
So we started off in Singapore. We had a lot of support from. Okay, for us, we started off as a site, right? So
Correct.
we weren't at the tech ecosystem play where most startups in Singapore adhere by. So we kind of started off from the business side, and when we start pivoting into building a SaaS product, and that's where we need more tech ecosystem help. It was really good, right? Frank from TNF Ventures actually came in early. Even initially, they didn't want to invest, but they provided us with a lot of support, a lot of connections.
Correct.
And then they could see, they could actually see the kind of progress in us. That's why eventually they invested. But and of course, they also kind of helped us to get the funding from our government, this iSprint grant.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, it's actually the iGEM grant, not the iSprint.
Okay.
iGEM grant. Yeah. So in terms of what the government is, I think is quite fantastic. But of course, there's a lot more that they.
Of course. That's in any case. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So moving out of business, I want to know So who influenced you most in life? I mean, who influenced you over different periods of your life?
I guess both my parents,
Okay.
right? So my mom has always been the type of figure that says, just go and do what you want, right?
All
I
right.
mean, when you are below 30 years old, just go and do whatever you want and worry about the money later on.
That's true.
No, yeah, but parents do play a
Okay. Okay.
getting, yeah.
And what is some of the best advice or wisdom you have been given over time?
Wow, plenty. Well, I should say, uh, get if you're talking about tech, get the correct investors.
Okay.
Even though it takes painstaking amount of time, blood, sweat, and tears, but getting the correct investor helps you a long way.
All right.
Brings you
That's
so much more.
very, very true. Very true. I mean, you've always been an entrepreneur, but did you ever think of going the corporate way, or when did you know that you were meant to become an entrepreneur?
I have never really thought about working for someone else. I do not. I hope that it doesn't come off as
No, no,
obnoxious.
absolutely not.
Um, but I do feel that I were to be an employee, I would be quite disruptive and quite rebellious. So I better not bring problems for other people. And yeah, and starting off your own business, you're able to influence a lot more, not just for your customers as well, but also for your own individual employees.
Correct.
The amount of value, the amount of changes for the better that you can literally instill in your employees, right? And make
Correct.
a difference in them.
Correct. Over time, in your entrepreneurial career till now, I mean, were there any low points where you just want to completely give up?
Yes, most of the time, in fact, right, 99% is entrepreneurship is shit.
Yep.
1% is what the most exhilarating point, what most entrepreneurs are actually striving for. You don't really remember the day-to-day
Of course.
ups and downs in
Yep.
life, but you really do remember those high points and low points. And those are what really defines you at your deathbed. I mean, for the lack of a better word.
That's
Yes.
that's true. Yep.
So
Yep. And so,
yes, please.
what do you believe? I mean, in your view, would be or are the most important elements to succeed in business?
Wow, there are so many kinds.
Mhm.
But number one, know how to sell.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Right. You need to know how to sell. Simple in life, right? If you want a job, have to sell your potential employers.
Correct.
You want a girlfriend, but at least you want a good girlfriend or better girlfriend. You need to sell to them. Right? You want a wife, you got to sell to.
Yep. Yep.
So life is all about selling, whether you like it or not.
Correct. All right. And I mean, what's something that's getting you really excited at present? Any new launch or feature set coming out?
Yes. So for us, most merchants are actually going into selling online, right?
Correct.
So if your system manages only offline aspect and doesn't really give you the online aspect, you would probably not really competitive.
Correct.
So for us, is getting as many integrations out or integrations to e-commerce platforms out as possible,
Okay.
fast as possible,
Okay.
and be able to make a difference in online merchants and offline merchants. So what really gets me really excited is the amount of merchants, the amount of value that we can
Mhm.
spread
Okay.
right, across globally, not just in Southeast Asia or
Excellent.
American region, but
All right.
really globally.
Yes, true. And where do you see yourself and your business, let's say, in the next 2 to 3 years?
Okay, so 2 to 3 years, we expect at least 50,000 users on our platforms.
Oh, great. So
Right? Whether they are selling offline,
so that's subscribers or customers, and the users are separate.
active users.
Active users.
I would
Got
say
it.
active users.
Okay, got it. Excellent. All the best for that. And
Thank you very
so
much.
now we move on to part of the show, which is a quick fire round, simple, brief answers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when people ask you, what do you do? How do you answer that?
I make other business run better.
All right. When you think of the word successful, who is the first person that comes to mind?
Everyone.
All right.
Everyone that everyone that proceeds,
All right.
right? Whether you are moving backwards or forward, but you have to move.
Correct.
That's the most important.
Correct. And what do you excel at that people might not realize?
I have the ability to pick things that are not important.
All right. And
Okay, that gets super irritated, but I think it's really important.
yeah. And something you believe in that other people think is totally insane?
We can revolutionize the selling, the logistics, the payments end to end.
All right. And your
Right, the
greatest
industry.
and your greatest weakness?
I should say details.
All right.
I'm not exceptionally good at details.
Okay. M-commerce or e-commerce?
E-commerce.
Okay, great. Finally, any last thought or piece of advice that you want to give our aspiring listeners?
Especially in Asian culture.
Yep.
Coming back to the sweets selling on the bus story. I have not really ended that. So what happened at the end? I got caught for selling sweets on the bus.
Yep.
And we call it the prefect over here, but something like a student leader
Correct.
told me to give back all the money to everyone that I have made business with. Right. So what have our schools, what have we gone through is always about not how to actually put it in the right way. Like, there's nothing wrong with selling,
Correct.
right? But people make it wrong.
Correct. Very true.
So very important is do not really, so long that it's within the boundaries of law, the law. I mean, don't overstep that. Within the boundaries of law, just go and do it,
That's
right?
it.
If you feel that it's right.
Absolutely. Very true. Very true. And please let our listeners know how they can reach you and also Emerge app.
Sure. Emerge app is MRGE, Emerge, app.net. So it's one single word, emergeapp.net. Right? And you can reach me at Ben at emergeapp.net.
All right.
If you have any questions.
Great. And I understand you have a special voucher for us, for our listeners.
Yes, that's correct. So if you happen to be a merchant selling something online or offline and are interested to check Emerge app out, definitely free. It's free for first user. But you're going to get more users. Then we have a special voucher for you. So it's just mention this podcast show, and you can get a $50 voucher for your paid subscribers.
Thanks for that. Again, Benjamin, thanks for taking the time to talk to us and inspiring our listeners to start their own ventures. And all the very best at building and scaling Emerge app.
Thank you very much. My pleasure being here.
All right. Do visit emergeapp.net and visit us at theasianentrepreneur.com to get the show notes. And please subscribe to our show on all the platforms and leave a review on your thoughts about the show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening, and please subscribe to the show so you don't miss an episode. In the meantime, head over to theasianentrepreneur.com and check out show notes and other information to motivate you in your entrepreneurial endeavors.